With the next set of assignments, I'm giving you 2 days. I'm giving you tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. However, tomorrow, Wednesday, I want you to do the quiz on fragments and run-ons, and I want you to read over the material for the scaffold for our next paper, which is going to be about how Frederick Douglass and Malcolm X both learned to read and write. We're going to explain the processes of both, and then we're going to be writing a comparison about the similarities and differences in terms of their reading and writing experiences. But for Thursday, I just want you to write the first half of this paper. And you've done some of the paper already. You've written a lot of the material for Frederick Douglass, so you'll find yourself repeating yourself a little bit. In fact, you can pull material from your Frederick Douglass paper and use it here again. That's the whole point of putting, that's what I want you to do, actually. You can use that material you've already written, although you don't just want to copy and paste it, because you have to make it, you're going to have to rework it a little bit to make it fit. So anyway, looking at the scaffold for this next paper, for Thursday, I just want you to write the first half of the paper, and you'll see I've divided the scaffold into points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. And I want you to write through points 3, and that's the writing of 6 paragraphs. So 6 paragraphs is about 2 pages, I think. Be a little bit longer, but I don't want it very much longer. There will be a 2-paragraph introduction, and then we're going to write the first part of the body of the paper, which is 4 paragraphs. So read the scaffold carefully so you know what to do. And I want you to write the draft as soon as you can, and then you're also going to post it into a discussion forum where your classmates can read it, and you will make some comments on your classmates' papers like we've done before. Although I'm going to try to make it a little bit easier for you. This time you don't have to upload your comments that you make to your classmates to me in a separate file. You can just keep them, there, and I think I'll be able to grade them if you just keep them there. If I have a problem doing that, I'll tell you to upload them to me, but don't worry about that right now. And the other thing, the other reason I'm giving you a little bit of extra time to work on this is that we are going to start quoting in our paper. And so I have material at the website, linked through announcements, about how I want you to quote in the paper following MLA rules. And I've shown you the various kinds of formats you can use for quoting. You need to introduce quotes with a signal phrase. You have to include a page number for each quote where you found the quote. And then the quote itself, once you insert the quote, after the quote you must, I want you to paraphrase the quote, maybe explain it in your own words, which is part of the paraphrasing, comment on it. So there has to be maybe a 2 or 3 sentence discussion of the quote after the quote. This is very important. You just don't throw the quote in and move on. You have to make it part of that paragraph. I don't want more than 1 quote per paragraph. You don't have to quote in the introduction, although it might be good to do so if you can do it. If you find a place where you can quote in the introduction, okay. I don't want more than 1 quote per paragraph. Did I say that? So that's what we're going to be doing. I think that's it. So you have Wednesday and Thursday to do all of this. I've also sent you a little message about an extra credit opportunity. We are in the middle of the Democratic Party campaign to choose a presidential candidate. You know, it's very important for all of us to be aware of what's going on in the country politically, because who is the president affects us. Isn't that right? I think you know that. So I'm giving you an opportunity to get to know some of the candidates and give you credit for that. If you want to do it, it's not, it's just extra credit. I want you to choose, you can write about as many as 5 candidates, and you'll simply be writing a 300-word evaluation of each candidate. I give you a scaffold. It should be kind of fun. There was a debate tonight where 10 candidates appeared together on a stage. There'll be another debate tomorrow night where another 10 candidates will appear. So if you didn't catch the debate tonight, no big deal, but maybe you'll want to catch it tomorrow night and decide which of those candidates you might want to write about. Maybe some of you want to write about the candidates, some of the candidates that appeared tonight. Look at it as kind of a fun thing to do, although maybe some of you don't think that politics is all that much fun. I guess with our current president, maybe it's not very much fun anymore. And if you want to write about President Trump as a candidate, you may do that as well. You can take the outline and you can evaluate him as a candidate if you like. So that's what's going on for your homework for the next 2 days. I hesitate giving you so much time for this, but I know you need it. But also we're going to be really rushing towards the end of the semester because we have a lot to do. I want to give you a midterm this week after we finish this Malcolm X and Frederick Douglass paper, and then we have to jump right into reading The Road. I'm hoping that many of you have read The Road already, so it'll make it the process a lot easier. If you haven't started to read The Road by Cormac McCarthy, if you haven't done that, and you have some minutes every day, you can start carrying it around. You can start reading that book, beginning to end, if you haven't done it already. Because we're going to, once we finish the Malcolm X Frederick Douglass paper, we're going to talk about that book a little bit. We're going to write about it. So that's what's going on. And then while you're working on while you're doing this work over the next 2 days, of course, I've got a lot of grading to do. I'm not so behind, but I want to get caught up totally because, every day there are assignments that I give you, and every day I've got to go into grading them. So we will see you online.